Welcome to the Long Live Taylor podcast.
Believe I'm still bejeweled.
Still bejeweled when I walk in the room.
I don't even think she's trying. I think she's very out there. Like, I want you to jump my bones.
We not know about her and Joe.
We were delusional.
Yeah, you're not gonna win with that attitude.
I'm ready to win.
Ross is biting me. Stop biting. We're your hosts, Kaylan
And Leanna. Let's get ready to explore all the eras.
Hello, and welcome back for another episode. Today we're going to be going over My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. So I used to hate this song at first listen. I couldn't even get past the melody in the beginning when she goes, "Oh, here we go again." I would just skip right past it. And then I started hearing the bridge a lot on TikTok, and I was like, wait, I really like this song. So I pushed past that first verse. And now I'm obsessed with this song. I love it so much.
I also did not like the song in the beginning for the same reasons. And same thing. I heard the bridge. But you know what's so crazy to me? Pulling up these lyrics. It's not even the bridge. Unless you know.
It is the bridge.
That's the outro, according to Genius.
Yeah, you're right. Because it ends the song. Well, the outro. The outro hooked me into the beginning, and now I love the whole thing.
Me too. I agree.
Shall we get into verse 1?
Let's do it.
Oh, here we go again. The voices in his head called the rain to end our days of wild. The sickest army doll purchased at the mall. Rivulets descend my plastic smile. Okay, I'm not going to go to the pre-chorus.
Okay.
So
I actually really like this, other than the, "Oh, here we go again." Everything else I really like.
See, now even I like that part, because when I listen to the song and the lyrics, it makes sense. Especially, again, referencing my situationship, the back and forth thing. When it be happening so many times, you're like, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again. So, or maybe it's not even about the same person. Maybe, like we just did, How Does It End last week, or How Did It End? And she says it's happening again. So it could be a new person, and now the same thing's happening with a new person.
Yeah, another breakup.
And I think the way she says it is kind of annoying, because the feeling is annoying. And it's like an eye roll. Like, here we go again. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I didn't give this enough chance, I think.
Yeah, same.
But luckily, when we said that we hated it, I took it out of the episode, so no one really knows that we hate it until now we're admitting it.
People already think we're passive-aggressive and bitchy, so now they're really going to think it. So, according to Genius, rivulets is a small stream, and that in this context is a metaphor for tears. Rivulets descend her plastic smile. She's crying, and she's a doll that's crying.
I know, it's very sad, actually.
Because he called it all off with her again.
He broke her.
Again. Poor Tay.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
What's crazy is we know it is true. Again, this has happened again. This isn't the first time he has broken this off with her, but also it could be anyone.
So she's setting up the scene. He broke her. She's devastated. And then the pre-chorus, she's like, "But you should have seen him when he first got me."
Ugh.
Because it's like, I think she said this in a voice memo, but basically the whole premise of the song is when it's kind of like when you get a toy and it's a new shiny thing and you give it all this love and care, and you just value it, and then over time you just devalue it and let it die in the corner or something. I don't know about death, but that's kind of what I'm taking this song. And she's like, "But you don't understand. He treats me like this now, but you should have seen it in the beginning. Like, he loved me. He valued me." And she's just going back to that.
Yeah, I think a lot of theme in this song is her defending him even though he hurt her.
Right. And it kind of goes back to, I was thinking about this earlier. I saw this thing on Instagram or something that was along the lines of, don't tell your daughter that if a boy bullies her, it's because he likes her, because you're teaching her that abuse is okay. And it kind of reminds me of this, where she's like, he's only doing it because he loves me. He's only treating me bad because he can't handle his emotions towards me. They're so intense. He loves me so much. That's why he's like this.
This makes me so angry, because obviously we know who this is about, and I'm not the biggest fan. So it just, like, makes me mad.
I don't know who it's about.
Liar.
Joe?
No.
Maddie?
Yes.
I kind of thought it was about Joe, but I thought it could also be about Maddie.
No. Well, I think that this is about Maddie because it's like he used her and abused her and then left her. Joe didn't do that.
Well, you could say, based off songs, Joe kind of neglected her and maybe broke up with her multiple times and kind of broke her spirit down when she says, I'm just getting color back into my face.
Yeah, but I don't feel like this is a toy that was like left to the side to not get love. I feel like this was a toy that you used up and destroyed. Out. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to move on to a new toy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point.
But that's okay. I'm okay not thinking it's about Maddie. That will make me happier.
It makes me sad if it's about Joe.
Well, I don't think it is.
Good. Okay, chorus. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Oh. I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. Oh. 'Cause it fit to right. Puzzle pieces in the dead of night. I should have known it was a matter of time. Oh. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. I really like this chorus because I don't know if she's saying this as the truth or if she's trying to convince herself, but when she says, 'cause it fit to right, puzzle pieces in the dead of night, I should have known it was a matter of time, I took it as it was too good and he got scared and ran away. But now that I'm reading it out loud, maybe she meant she should have known because whenever anything's perfect, it goes bad. What do you think?
I feel like it could go either way because I think kind of how we talked about in like the bolter, that if she thinks the puzzle pieces fit too good, this was all too good to be true. I should have known that it would end badly. I should have left. That's what I got from this song a lot, is that like he is the bolter in this situation and she's like, I should have known better. I shouldn't have let this get to this point where he's the one to break me. And I guess that's also kind of why I feel like this is about Maddie.
Yeah. Okay. Verse 2. It's a pretty intense verse, or wordy verse.
I know.
There was a litany of reasons why we could have played for keeps this time. I know I'm just repeating myself. Put me back on my shelf. But first, pull the string, and I'll tell you that he runs because he loves me. He loves me.
No, see, doesn't that make you mad? This song makes me so angry.
It doesn't make me angry. It makes me sad because I get it. When you think someone treating you so intensely like that means they're doing it because they care. And they can't handle their emotions towards you. And I like that she says, but first pull the string and I'll tell you that he runs. Because I imagine her just like an automatic response to people when her friends are saying, hey, we're concerned or whatever. She's just like, I'll tell you that he runs because he loves me. Like it's an automatic response engraved in her. Like a string. When you pull the string in a toy.
Yeah, it's like the automatic sequence. But that's makes me mad. I guess we just have different reactions to it because I'm just like, can't you see that he is terrible for you? He ruined you and you still love him and you still believe he loves you.
Genius thinks this is about Maddie also. Because for the line, there was a litany of reasons why we could have played for keeps this time. It says 2 contributors from Genius, Digalisa.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sarah Rudolphi. I don't want to get sued in the future. Taylor was rumored to first have dated Maddie Healy in 2014. She's saying this time their relationship could have lasted forever, since played for keeps means for someone to retain something forever. And she's repeating herself by trying to make the relationship work multiple times. And then it says, which we kind of covered, I'm just repeating myself, may also refer to her comparing herself to a toy or doll that only says the same thing over and over and over. I'll tell you that he runs because he loves me.
See, I think that she thinks they could have made it work this time. They could have been together. It could have been fate, love, all along. Like, this was going to work. And that's what makes me angry, because it's like, he didn't care. He did not see this. Only she has this delusion in her head.
Delusion, which a lot of us have had at one time or another.
It is relatable, but it makes me angry.
As it should. Good. Because people are playing with her like a toy. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Okay, so pre-chorus. 'Cause you should have seen him when he first saw me. So very similar to the first one, but she's saying his eyes lit up. He was delighted to have me.
He loved me.
Yeah. So this chorus is similar, but there is some changes. She says, my boy only breaks his favorite toys. I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. 'Cause I knew too much. There was danger in the heat of my touch. He saw forever, so he smashed it up. oh, my boy only breaks his favorite toys.
See, this is where I think, like, the bolter kind of situation comes in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, he saw forever, so he smashed it up. That is something she would normally do. And so I feel like she's also kind of bitter that she let this happen.
Yeah. And it does go back to even in the Volter when we were talking about avoidant attachment. As much as we're saying, like, that's not real love if someone treats you like this, like, a lot of avoidants treat people they really care about like this. They do. They don't know how to show it properly, and they're like, what she said, it was too dangerous, it was too intense. He saw forever, and with forever comes vulnerabilities that you can get hurt, so they smash it up and they don't want to deal with it.
Yep.
Unless I'm in Delulu, too.
I think I just can't be in Delulu because I don't like him.
I mean, it could be both. Like, it could be...
I see the worst.
Yeah. But I love that line. He saw forever, so he smashed it up. I think it's such a good line.
I highlighted it because I like it a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about, because I knew too much, there was danger in the heat of my touch?
I think she knew him too well. I don't know, I could be wrong. I want to read what Genius says, but I think she knew too much about him and his vulnerabilities, and it was too much for him to know that he was so well known and seen, and he couldn't handle it because maybe he doesn't like himself.
Yeah. Or maybe he's just, like, too scared to give all of that to somebody and realize that he already did.
Genius says, the concept of needing to kill someone who knows too much, particularly about classified or secret information, is a popular trope in media about crime and detectives. In this case, the subject of the song fears Swift knows too much about him and feels the need to destroy the relationship as a result. Oh, wait, this is funny. In these lines, Swift describes the subject as having a highly avoidant attachment style. Those with avoidant attachment can struggle with emotional intimacy and committing to long-term partnerships, sometimes to the point of fleeting a healthy and long-lasting relationship.
Exactly.
Taylor Swift deals with avoidance, too.
Yep. That's crazy. Wow. We're so smart. That just shows me that I don't even need Genius. I already got all the thoughts in my brain.
We already know everything to ever exist.
Yeah. Why go on Genius when you could just watch us?
We're the new genius in town.
No need to read Genius. You could just listen to us. Less work.
Okay, should I go to the bridge?
Sure.
Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me.
This is delusion.
Yeah. And I think it's false hope, and I think she repeats it almost trying to convince herself.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, he's gonna come back. And
I'm picturing, I don't know why I picture Toy Story a lot, and I'm picturing, like, she's a broken doll, and she's, like, stitching herself up frantically, and she's like, I'm gonna be beautiful again, I'm gonna be this, like, brand new, fresh doll with no marks, nothing wrong with me. Even though he's the one who broke me, I'm gonna fix it and be back to myself, and then he's gonna miss me. But she knows it's not.
Yeah. I do really picture Toy Story in this, too.
Yeah, because I always picture Toy Story.
It's really good imagery.
For sure. Okay, the outro, the best part of the song, in my opinion. Because I love how it sounds melodically and instrumentally.
I agree.
Just say when I'd play again. He was my best friend down at the Sandlot. I felt more when we played pretend than with all the Kens, 'cause he took me out of my box, stole my tortured heart, left all these broken parts, told me I'm better off, but I'm not.
It's so sad.
I love how the melody and music sounds, particularly in the beginning lines of the outro when she goes, just say when I'd play again, because it's so desperate. She's, like, begging to be played with. She's been left in the corner. She's been thrown out. And she's like, please just let me play one more time, because it meant so much to me when he chose me and was playing with me.
Yeah, I know. I guess that is, like, the saddest part of the song.
It's interesting that she mentions Ken's again, because she also mentions Ken's in Hits Different, which we all thought was about Joe, which I still think is, but...
What's the line?
In Hits Different, she says, I used to switch out these Kens, I'd just ghost. Rip the Band-Aid off and skip town like an asshole outlaw. She was like...
Another bolter.
Yeah. So she is definitely both, because in this song, she's anxious. She's the one begging for the avoidant to come back. But then in songs like Hits Different, when she says that line, or the bolter points to avoidant. So she's definitely the mix.
I just think it's funny that she talks about, like, other guys and exes as Kens.
They're
like,
just props.
Yeah. They're not the star of my life. Like, thinking about the new Barbie movie.
They're the background boys.
Yeah.
But she's saying, with you, I felt more than I did with all of these other, Kens.
All these other dolls.
He took her out of the box. So he gave her, it's kind of like Down Bad. When in Down Bad, she's like, you took me to this new planet and then dropped me right back off. In this, she's like, you took me out of my box. I was finally able to play. I was free. I was joyful. And then you broke me and left me.
Yep. Yep. See, aren't you angry now?
I'm still sad. But I usually gravitate towards sadness more than anger.
Yeah, I definitely choose anger.
I need to choose anger for my own sake these days instead of being sad. I should really just get angry at these biatches.
I agree. I guess my biggest reason that I'm choosing anger is because I think it's about Maddie, so it's easy for me to be mad at Maddie. But if I think about this as sadness, then I have to attribute it to Joe.
Well, I just think of it as sad because it sucks that someone's going through this. I'm just thinking about it from the toys perspective.
Aw. No, that is so true because, like, you want so badly. Like, your whole purpose in life is to just be a toy that kids are playing with. Yeah. And, like, the kid destroyed you, but you still want him to play with you because that's your purpose.
Yeah. And then she says, so he breaks her, and then he tells her, you're better off for me to just leave you. So he breaks her and then abandons her. So the damage is already done, and then he doesn't even want to sit around to help fix it or help put her back together. He's saying, you're better off without me, which, let's be honest, is probably true because he'll probably just break her more. But
it's not about her. It's about him.
Exactly.
Like, when he's saying that to her, he's not actually thinking for the best of her. But in the long run, we know it is better. Right,
that's true. But it's sad because then she goes, he told me I'm better off, but I'm not. And she's repeating it again because I'm imagining she's in disbelief. Like, how was I left here? I'm not better off. I need you. I was better with you. And she's convincing him, but he's already gone.
Yep. And now he's engaged.
Yeah, exactly. That's the funniest part about avoidance. Then all of a sudden, they don't want nothing to do with you. Then all of a sudden, they are in an engagement. But it's not going to be different. People don't change like that fast.
Nope. See ya.
I love this song now. I take back any hate slander I said towards it. It's relatable. It's fun. I think it's cute. The way she writes, I think it's clever.
I think she did a really good job. Like, when you say this is all you think about is Toy Story, I see that perfectly.
And it's childlike. It's a childlike desperation for someone. Which I love.
Yeah, like teen love.
Yeah. I just want to say again, I feel like I've said this maybe in another episode, but I love the titles of the Tortured Poets Department. These were the first titles on an album that I was like, each one is so strong. And this one is a cool one too. So.
Wow. I never thought about the titles at all. That's funny.
I think they're really strong titles. Like, each one could stand alone as its whole, like, book or something. Like, it has a deep story. Each one has a deep story just in the title.
That's crazy because if you think about it, if you think about these as, like, individual poems, I feel like that's the titles work like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, any other thoughts, or should we drop everything now?
We can drop everything now. I will play first.
Okay. I couldn't really hear because I had you turned down, but was it New Romantics?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Willow.
Yes. I was like, if she messes this up, she's going to hate her life.
That's why I'm not going to mess it up.
I know this song.
Your time's up.
Freak! It's off debut. Shoot. Oh my gosh. Can you play it again? I know I lost, but I just want to hear it one more time. What is it?
It's The Outside.
Ah! Lot of lonely places I've never been on the outside. Oh, I'm such a debut stan. I'm so mad at myself for that.
It's okay. I wouldn't have gotten it.
I knew it. I just was debut. Like, what is the name of this song? And I was mixing it up with this country song I listened to yesterday that's like, this world keeps pulling me. So I was mixing it up. I'm like, that's not the song. That's not a Taylor Swift song.
No, that's what was happening to me last episode with Now That We Don't Talk. A different, like, unrelated song kept playing in my head. Yeah. Well, I feel better.
Congrats. You won.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you everyone so much for listening. It really means so much every time you listen to an episode or give us a like or comment or anything on social media, so we really appreciate it. If you like our episode, we would love if you would rate it, leave us a review, subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Don't forget to answer our little polls if you're listening on Spotify. And if you want, follow us on socials at Long Live Taylor Pod on TikTok and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to watch the full episode on video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, you could always DM us or you can email us at longlivetaylorpod@gmail.com. And yeah, we're just so thankful for you listening, and we will talk to you next week. Bye!
Bye!